Our last lecture for Chapter 3 includes muscle tissue, nervous tissue, and tissue repair. So let's get started. Muscle tissue. Muscle tissues are highly vascular. They're well vascular tissues responsible for movement. And there are three different types. You've got skeletal muscle, cardiac muscle, and smooth muscle. Now, skeletal muscles attach to the skeleton and produce voluntary body movement. You can control them. They contract to pull on bones or skin, and their characteristics of those are they're striated, they're multinucleated, that means they have more than one nuclei, and they're very long and cylindrical. Here's what it looks like. Next up, we have cardiac muscle. It's responsible for the involuntary movement of the heart. It's found only in the heart, and its job, of course, is to pump the blood. Characteristics of cardiac muscle tissue cells is that they are attached to each other with intercalated discs, and we'll show you what that looks like. There's only one nuclei per cell, and they are striated. Here's what they look like, and you can see the intercalated discs here. Then we have smooth muscle. Now, smooth muscle is found in the walls of the hollow organs. And the characteristics here would be there's no visible striations. Again, there's only one nuclei per cell, and these are very spindle-shaped type cells. And here's what it looks like. Now, next we have nervous tissue. Nervous tissue is the main component of the nervous system, which regulates and controls body functions. Nervous tissue is composed of two types of cells. Here's what it looks like. And these two types, you got neurons, which are specialized cells that generate and conduct electrical impulses. And you've got all these supporting cells, which are non-conductive cells that support and insulate and protect the neurons. And we'll go into more detail with those when we get to the nervous system. Last thing that we want to talk about, tissue repair. Tissue repair occurs in two ways. Number one, we can have regeneration, meaning that we've got the tissue that gets destroyed gets replaced by the same kinds of cells. Then we can also have fibrosis, meaning that tissue gets replaced with scar tissue. And the type of method about how this occurs depends on the type of tissue damaged and the severity of the injury. So let's look at tissue repair. There are three steps involved in the tissue repair process. Number one, inflammation occurs, okay, and it prepares the area for the repair process. Then there is organization, which restores the blood supply, all right, that formulation of that granulation tissue. Then we have regeneration and fibrosis, depending on what type of tissue it is, and that would affect permanent repair. Now, the generation capacity of tissues varies widely among the tissue types. Epithelial tissue regenerates easily, skeletal muscle poorly, and cardiac goes straight to scar tissue, cardiac and nervous. So what are the key points here? Make sure that you know what the three types of muscle tissues are, what are the characteristics of each of those, be able to identify each of them, what are the two types of cells found in nervous tissue, and what are two ways tissue to repair, and what are those three steps. Once you got that, you got Chapter 3 all done. Yeehaw! Have a great day.